Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of D-Man the Voice Reads Am I the Asshole, where I go on Reddit, I find a post, and it says, Am I the asshole for setting my baby on fire, or something like that, right? And I read it and determine whether or not the person writing is the asshole. Because, there could be a lot of context for setting your baby on fire. I don't know, so I gotta read to get all the information. This one we're doing here today is a juicy one, folks. It's got the original post and then 2 additional updates, and we're going to read them all. So this is going to be a longer one, all right? So buckle up. I'm not going to waste any more time. Without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, folks, like I said, it's going to be a longer one, so buckle in. Maybe absorb this one in a couple spurts or something. I don't know, or just ride it out for the long haul. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go. Am I the asshole for telling my mom she's dead to me after expecting me to pay $2,000 for a cruise I'm not going on? Call me crazy, but I feel like you shouldn't have to pay money for something you're not doing. I don't know. Call me an asshole. All right, let's get into it. I, 17 male, and my mom, 40 male. I'm guessing that's supposed to say female, but it says 40 male, so maybe mom has a dick, In this day and age, everybody's doing everything, so, to each their own. Anyway, I, 17 male, my mom, 40 male, have had a rocky relationship for the past 4 months because of her relationship with my dad. Uh-oh. My dad has never liked me or bonded with me due to him thinking I'm an affair baby, even though I'm not. Damn. That's fucked up, huh? Imagine your dad just not liking you. Like, me and my dad aren't exactly close, but he doesn't dislike me. I don't dislike him either. It's just, it's whatever. But, imagine your dad just not liking you. Wild. My dad has belittled and controlled me my entire life. And while my mom doesn't agree with it, doesn't do anything to prevent it. Oh, you love to see that. You love to see parents letting their kids be abused by their spouses. You love to see it. It's tale as old as time. She doesn't engage in it, but she doesn't help either. Then she's just as bad. If she's not helping you and you're getting abused, it's just as bad. She's enabling your father to treat you horribly and doing nothing about it, then she's just as bad. Simple as that. To give you an idea, my family purposely had their Christmas celebration while I wasn't home. Jesus! I'm guessing so it wasn't obvious that they didn't get me anything. Jesus! Meanwhile, they had gotten my brother, 15 male, and my sister, 7 female, hundreds of dollars worth of gifts. Is this kid Harry Potter? What the fuck? Honestly, I'm used to this sort of treatment, but when I told some friends, they said it wasn't right. Of course it isn't right. What the fuck? Since I started dating my 18 female girlfriend, cougar, 5 months ago, my dad has upped the antics. Oh, good. Telling me my girlfriend will cheat on me soon, preventing me from seeing her, basically trying to use her as another thing he can control me with. There's no fucking... Like I said, is bro Harry Potter? This sounds like the synopsis of Harry Potter. There's no fucking way. After a bad fight a week ago, my dad personally threatened my girlfriend, and he then took my phone, car, and kicked me out of the house. Is this real? I mean, I would question whether or not this was AI or something. It wasn't for the person responding to comments I looked at, and also having 2 separate updates. So this is real. This is a real person doing this shit, which is crazy to me. This seems totally made up. There's no way. But like I said, that they've really kept up with, if it is made up, they put a lot of effort into making it look real. So, during the fight, he threatened to call the police on me. For what? Call the police on you for having a girlfriend? What are we doing here? Threatened to fight me. Imagine being a 40-year-old dude threatening to fight a 17-year-old. Imagine. Threatened to fight me and was chasing me around the house. Awesome. I ran down the road and my mom and sister got in a car and we spent the night in a hotel. Oh my God. Call the cops on your father, send him to jail. What do we... Or, Beat the shit out of him if you can. I don't know. Maybe he's too big and strong. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, do it like a burning bed situation if you know. But like, do something about him, because this is horrible, shitty, abusive behavior. We don't like it. We don't like this at all. And if you've listened to me before, you know how I feel about abusers. Violence. So, let me get back. This is all one, like, block thing. Like, it's not split up, so it's kind of hard to find where my place was. Let's see. Okay, there it is. The next day, though, my mom went back because I guess she didn't have anything anywhere else to stay. Your mom is... He probably berates and abuses her, too, behind closed doors, or maybe in front of everybody. I don't know. But, like... Or she's just a horrible, enabling bitch. I don't know. But for her to stay with a man that treats you this way is insanity to me. My mother would never. So, I don't know. Since then, I've been staying with my girlfriend and her family, who have been extremely kind and supportive. That's good. My mom told me she was going to leave my dad and buy a house within the next couple weeks. That's what they always say. This has been a common conversation for years. Yeah, what did I just say? Of her saying she'll leave my dad and never does, so I don't know how much weight it holds. It holds zero weight. If she's constantly promised it over years and years, then it holds no weight whatsoever. Like, it's nothing. Now to recently. Yesterday, my mom told me she booked our family a week-long cruise. All of us together, including my dad. You think I want to be trapped on a boat for a week with that dude? I'll throw him overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, actually, could be a perfect opportunity. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. After some back and forth with my mom of me saying I didn't want to spend a week with my dad, there you go, let alone on a cruise ship, she told me if I didn't go, I owed her $2,000, the cost of my ticket. I think your mom and dad are perfect together, because they both sound like shitty fucking people, to be honest with you. I told my mom I never wanted to speak to her again, and that even if she buys a house, I won't be moving back in with her. Oh, shit. Stand on business, king. I don't even know why they're planning on going, or where they're planning on going, or when it is. But on the other hand, maybe it could be fun. I mean, if your dad's going, I sincerely doubt it. I have a bad relationship with my dad and brother, and from the looks of it, me and my mom are heading down that path. But I do have a great relationship with my little sister. I know I'm young, so maybe I'm not just seeing the bigger picture. Am I a jerk for not wanting to pay $2,000 for a cruise I didn't even want to go on in the first place? No. This is not an age thing at all. Your father's a horrible, shitty abuser. And I'm guessing you're not close with your brother because he probably takes dad's side, right? Because he's dad's favorite. So I'm guessing that's probably why you're not close. And you're not close, and you and your mom are splitting apart now because she has never defended you in your entire life, and now is threatening you for money or whatever because she insisted on doing this whole fucking cruise thing. You're like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, well, now you owe me money. It's like, because you unilaterally decided to make a decision without consulting me first? No, I owe you money? I don't think so. Right? So, that was really fast what I just said. It's fine. You can slow it down or, go back and if you didn't hear what I said. But... No, this kid is not the asshole. Like I said, we're going to get into the update, so I'm not going to stay too long on this one. There is an edit right here before I go to the update. We're going to read that. I have a job. It says edit. I have a job and can afford the $2,000, but it will be almost all of my savings for those wondering. I mean, that's not the point. Whether or not you can afford it is not the fucking point. The point is, you don't owe her shit. You don't owe her dick. Okay? I see a lot of people telling me to do a DNA test and confused why there hasn't been one done already. I'm sure I am his kid. I hate to say it, but I look exactly like him. Well, that makes his behavior extra fucking weird. I mean, it wouldn't be okay even if the kid wasn't his or whatever, because you don't treat a child that way under any circumstances. But like, if the fact that he looks just like him means that dad is just a prick. Like, I don't know. I don't know if a DNA test or paternity test has been done already. When I was younger, even if I were to get one done and throw the results in his face, I doubt it would change anything. He would probably deny it. I really think the only reason he has accused it is to further isolate me from my family. I also don't have the means to buy one right now. I'm trying to save everything I can buy my own car. In the future, when I'm more stable and may try to do one for peace of mind, I know this may makes sense to most of you, but my dad is extremely stubborn. No, I mean it makes sense. Your dad is a horrible, shitty abuser. That's the crux of it. Your father is a horrible, piece of shit, motherfucker, abuser, right? And he deserves nothing good in life. I hate this man already. We're gonna go to the first update, because I told you there's 2 updates to this one. So we're gonna go to the first update. Dad is awful, right? It makes perfect sense. You saying your dad is extremely stubborn, all this, like, everything he's done seemingly has been to make your life miserable for whatever reason. Maybe because you're the oldest, he sees you as competition for your mom. Weird, but it happens. Y'all know it does. It's gross and weird, but it does happen. Dudes get weirdly territorial with, like, their oldest son and, like, their relationship with their mom, and they can be like, because that's my woman, you're not gonna, whatever. They get weirdly competitive and weird with their sons. I mean, moms do it too with their daughters. Get weirdly competitive, especially if the daughter's, like, taking dad's affection. So if, like, the oldest son was taking mom's affection, maybe dad got jealous, and that's why he started treating kid this way. Like I said, it sounds sick, right? But it does happen, and it is sick, but it's reality. It happens. All right, first update. Let's go. Post update. A lot has happened. First off, I know this sounds fake. I mean, I did say, but I really need help trying to navigate my situation with my mom. The people around me are trying their best, but I'm still at a loss, and the Reddit community has been extremely helpful so far. Well, first time for everything, Reddit community being helpful. But no, yeah, like I said, like I said before, it does kind of sound like it might be like it's too much almost. Like it's like there's no way all this is true, but people, these things happen. You know all that, those based on a true story movies where the horrible shit happens, they all came from somewhere, right? So like, I'm not gonna be out and say like this is definitely 100% true. I'm not gonna say it's fake either. I'm just a dude reading shit on the internet. I don't know, but they're really adamant that this is not fake. You know, and all I can do is take their word for it. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this update, huh? So, after reading all the comments, I decided not to go on the cruise, good, and not pay my mom any money, good. I'm currently trying to move all my money to an account my girlfriend is opening up for me. Bro, girlfriend. Like, her and her parents let you stay with them while you're trying to figure all this out, and now she's helping you open up an account. girlfriend. We like the girlfriend. She's doing well and supporting you. This is a lot, I'm sure, for both of y'all trying to deal with this right now, but good for her for sticking with you. Early yesterday morning, I had asked my mom if I could have the day off from school since my girlfriend was going on a trip and I wouldn't see her for a few days. She agreed, nothing out of the ordinary, and said she would let my dad know. To clarify, this is my second absence total. After about an hour of being out of school, my dad texted me a threatening message. What? Imagine threatening your child. Like, actually threatening. Not like the, hey, you know, get away from that or I'm gonna beat your ass or whatever, or something like, or like a hey, don't do that, or, you know, like if you do that you're gonna hurt yourself, or like not like what parents do, you know, like being like, hey, stop doing that or else. That I'm not talking about that kind of threat, quote unquote. Like imagine actually threatening your child like you would threaten like a regular, like a person out in the world, like threatening your kid like they're your enemy. Imagine. When I talked to my mom about it, she told me she never gave me permission to skip school. Mom, what are we doing? I do have the text message to prove she did. Oh, then why are we lying, mother? Around 30 minutes later, the cops showed up at my girlfriend's house because my dad had reported me for truancy. Oh my God, truancy? Jesus Christ. What is this, Oliver Twist? Just kidding, those kids didn't go to school. Obviously, this is not true. I talked to the cops while my girlfriend stayed inside since I didn't want to get her involved. That's good of you. I mean, yeah, it's not, don't want to stress her out, but that's crazy, bro. It was a nerve-wracking as hell. Yeah, trying to talk to the cops and shit while you're alone, 17 years old alone, that's crazy. He pretty much said I was fine, that I had done nothing wrong. Just make sure I'm not missing too many days in a row. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly. I mean, if he had the text messages especially, just show him, be like, hey, look, I had permission. And honestly, the cops got way bigger shit to deal with than a kid not going to school for a day. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I guess word got back to my dad that the cops did nothing, and that really pissed him off. So he reported me for stealing his car. What? What do you mean? Dude, your dad is a supervillain. Like, what is going on here? I found this out from my mom and immediately called the police station, letting them know I was returning it and had no intention of stealing it since my dad had previously given me permission to use it. God, man, you know the cops are getting filled in these calls being like, what now? Like, what? First he's skipping school, now he stole your car. Bro, why do you hate your kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be me as a cop being like, what is this? The cop I spoke with just told me to return it and take video and picture evidence of it there. There you go. I'm angry and totally done with my parents. As you fucking should be, man. Like, it gets to a point, the stuff they're doing, the shit they're doing to this kid is insane. The active hostility the dad's having towards his son, and the fact the mom is both lying about giving him permission to go to school, to not go to school, and then not doing anything about it, about her husband's behavior, is insane to me. Because like my mom, I grew up, my dad was never this, ever. Nowhere near it. Like, he had his issues, we have our issues, whatever, but like, it was never anything like this. And if it had been anywhere close to this, my mom would have killed that man. Like, there's no way she would have allowed any of this to go on if my dad had been anywhere near this type of horrible human being, right? He wasn't. He made his mistakes. We all do, but like, it was nothing like this ever, and we're close. And like I said, if it had been anywhere close, my mother would have killed that man in the street. So I don't understand a mother allowing their child to be treated this way by anybody, let alone their husband. Like, this is insane to me. They have threatened cops on me numerous times before. They have? They've threatened to call the cops on you numerous times before? It just keeps getting worse the longer I read. But actually calling them? Yeah, no. Oh, and get this. My mom is still trying to convince me to go on this cruise. What? Go on a cruise? You just called the cops on me, bitch. What do you mean go on a cruise? What are we fucking talking about here? What is wrong with your parents? Oh my God. Apparently now it's just a 3-day one. Obviously, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not spending another minute in the same vicinity as either one of you, let alone a whole cruise. Jesus Christ. My issue right now is my mom is threatening to call the police again? Stop! Stop calling the cops on your kid because he doesn't want to be around you, you awful fucking assholes. They're going to call the police on me and bring me back home. I've been staying with, he's 17, so like in a lot of states that's adult age. Like, that's legal, like, age for a lot of things. Obviously not to vote or whatever, but like, being 17, like, I don't think the cops are going to force a kid to go back to his parents' house at 17 years old, especially if he's in a more stable environment being away from them. Most cops aren't going to enforce that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's 17 years old is like I said, it's in most, I don't know where he lives, but in most states, assuming this is in America, most states, that's around, 18's like the universal, like, adult age or whatever. And I disagree with that. 18's not an adult, you're still a kid. But like 18's like where you get to, start making doing your own stuff, in the world. But like 17 is like, that's enough to be tried as an adult. So it's enough to make adult decisions, especially in these kind of cases and stuff like this. If the kid doesn't want to go, he doesn't have to go. But I've been staying with my girlfriend and her family, and I feel incredibly loved and supported. That's good. It's good that the kid has a good support system, that at least there's some good parents around in this situation. Girlfriend parents. I don't want to leave them. I've been extremely stressed and anxious about the thought of having to go back home. Yeah, fuck that. No, fight that. There's no way. My dad doesn't even want me there, but my mom is threatening to report me as a runaway in order to bring me home. I'm still 17 and legally not allowed to move out against my parents' wishes. But, come on, man. Like, come on. There are circumstances and stuff, especially if you got, like, proof of like the horrible texts and calls and stuff, and you got the testimony from like your girlfriend and her parents about what's been going on, like you could get something. You get something to going. Like, I mean, I wish you didn't have to, but you could. I contacted a lawyer yesterday night to discuss possibly being emancipated. That's the way I'd go. The lawyer messaged me back today saying he thinks I have a case and is willing to work with me. Yeah, you definitely have a case for being emancipated. You absolutely do. Like like a lot of times lawyers won't take that because it's usually like an extreme thing. Like obviously being emancipated from your parents is but like in this circumstances, what this kid's been dealing with, definitely fits. My mom told me by the end of the week she will have a new place for us to move into. Okay? I feel like it's a blatant lie since she is going on a cruise at that time. I feel like your parents aren't super smart. Maybe that's it. Maybe your dad hates you and your mom lies and shit because you're smarter than them and it makes them feel bad. Maybe? I don't know. Since I don't have a car anymore, my girlfriend and my girlfriend's mom have offered to take me to school and work. God, amazing. Like, your girlfriend, bro, marry her. Marry her, right? Marry into that family. That is an amazing family. Marry into that family. I would also like to mention, since I've been living with my girlfriend, my family hasn't supported me in any way. Okay. Another issue is another issue I'm having is I have not responded to any messages my mom has sent. I forgot to include, but after they reported the car, they also shut off my phone. Oh my God, this is not having a phone in this day and age out in the world and like shit, like you can't do anything without a phone on you these days, man. You can't do anything. That's some serious fucking abuse, man. That's just trying to cut off his access to the world, taking away a car, taking away the phone, taking away everything, cutting off their entire access. And when he hasn't done anything to like you could justify taking away a phone for as like a punishment for, you know, kid doing some kind of crazy fuck shit or whatever. But like the kid hasn't done anything, and so this is just straight up abuse. This is awful. I ordered a new one that should be coming in a few days, thankfully. My girlfriend is on her trip right now. My mom has been spamming her phone with messages trying to reach me. Ugh. Same with my girlfriend's mom. Jesus Christ. I have no intention of talking to her. She has blamed every problem on my dad and has refused to hold herself accountable for anything. I am tired, confused, and don't know what the next steps I should take are. Jesus Christ. Edit. The cruise was real. I know a lot of you were debating if it was fake, but she just left yesterday. Oh, shit. Well, at least she was honest about something. But, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, I feel so bad for this kid, dude. Abusive father. Shitty, enabling, lying mom. Good Lord. That was update number 1. Let's go to update number 2. Jesus, man. This is crazy. All right, update number 2. Let's see. All right, there it is. Damn, y'all. I told you this was gonna be beefy. This was gonna be beefy. It was gonna be juicy, right? Like a nice juicy steak is what I said, not stick. I mean, maybe a stick could be juicy. I don't know if it's been in like the rain or something. I don't know. But, you know, I said steak. I just said it with a little inflection. You know what I mean? So, but, yeah. No, this story's been wild so far. Like I said, this kid is Harry Potter. This kid has been treated like Harry Potter in the 21st century. There is no way. Like, what? Oh, God, let's just get on to the next part of this, because I am stressed out. Hey all, before I jump into the mess my life has been, I want to thank you all for the resources, advice, and kind words you have all provided. No problem, buddy. I'm making content out of your horrible life situation. I'm not sorry about it, but you know, maybe, I don't know what I'm going to say, but it don't matter. No joke, have read every single comment, even the harsh ones calling me entitled. What? There were comments calling you entitled? I mean, there's a lot of comments on the post, so I haven't read any of them, but I don't know. But there were comments calling you entitled? Were they by your parents? I bet your parents made some fake Reddit accounts and probably got on there like, you entitled piece of shit, you need to go back to your parents and treat them better. Like, I bet those were your parents' burner accounts. Guarantee you. Or maybe your shitty brother who was on your parents' side. I'm entitled and trying to take into consideration every perspective. What exactly is the parent's perspective on this, other than trying to maliciously control their child? Right? What is the other perspective on this? Let's what could possibly justify the father's behavior? The only way you could justify his behavior if you were also an abuser. There's no way you can justify that. You can't justify the way that dad's been acting. And the mom, I mean, maybe you have a little more sympathy for her because she's with the abuser, but she's an enabler, right? She's been enabling the abuse for 17 some odd years, and she's out lying about stuff, and she's been doing all this other shit, and so you cannot justify. There's no. What is the other perspective? The other perspective is the perspective of an abuser. So if you're trying to look at that perspective, maybe take a look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. To those calling my story fake, I kind of get it. This has always just been my life for me, so it's almost been normalized. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of crazy shit, so people thinking it's fake makes some kind of sense, because, it's like, there's no way, that's just too crazy to believe. But like I said, crazy shit does happen in the world, people. It does. Crazy shit does happen, abusers do exist, and people do go through things like this. It sounds like a fucking movie, made for Lifetime, whatever movie, but this shit happens. It does happen. So, believe it or don't, that's not my concern, but I'm gonna keep reading. I would like to clarify a few things quickly. I have a job and was able to afford the $2,000. Yeah, we established that. I haven't mentioned the $2,000 because my mom hasn't mentioned it. I guess she was bluffing. Yeah, probably. When my dad kicked me out, he took my car and phone, but my mom gave me them both back the next day. Okay. Since it was then reported stolen, I returned the car. My mom has tried to make me take it back, but I don't want to have to deal with the threat of having it taken away or reported stolen again. Exactly. Don't have any ties to them that you aren't legally supposed to have, right? Don't give them anything they can hold over your head. Like, these people, don't give them an inch. Don't give them anything at all that you can help that they can hold over your head, right? The phone, the car, nothing. Don't give them any way back in. I live in a small town. Cops show up when called. Not a lot of crime here. My mom's side of family went no contact with my mom a few years ago. I bet they did. Probably because they had similar concerns about your father, and she was like, "No, I love him. He's my husband." And they're probably like, "All right, you know what? Fuck it. Do whatever." Fuck. I have a good relationship with them, but they live many states away. My dad's side of the family is on my dad's side. I also just turned 17, so I have a full year until I'm 18. Nah, that sucks. But yeah. Dad's side of the family, being on dad's side, that kind of explains why dad is the way he is, for one. And your mom going no contact with your mom's side of the family going no contact with her, probably said because of your dad, makes a lot of sense. So maybe try and get in contact with them and see about something. I know they said they're many states away, but I don't know, just reach out to them and try to have some kind of contact so you can have some kind of familial support, I guess, because you're not getting it from any of your immediate family. So, for those wondering, my mom did actually go on a cruise. I low-key thought the cruise was made up, but I guess not. My mom returned from her cruise yesterday. I hadn't spoken to her at all. She had been spamming my girlfriend and girlfriend's mom's phones with messages trying to reach me. My girlfriend blocked her, but my girlfriend's mom kept a line of communication open since I'm still a minor. Very responsible of her, even though it sounds like she's there to on your side, but that's definitely a responsible thing. She has somebody else's kid in her house, and she wants to make sure she has no line of communication with said kid's parent, because obviously she has no legal right to him, but she is the one caring for him at this point, to a certain extent. Obviously he's 17, so he's like a lot of hands-on care, but still allowing him into her home and whatever. It's just good, responsible by the girlfriend's mom. After she got off her cruise, she said if I didn't speak with her, she's going to report me as a runaway and charge my girlfriend's family with hiding me. That's some Anne Frank shit, to be honest with you. That's crazy. Honestly, I was really over it, so I just set up a meeting with her that night. I mean, okay, I get it. She's threatening to now to drag your girlfriend's family into it. People who've been helping you this whole time, trying to drag them into the mud and fuck up their shit. That's shitty. That's shitty of her to threaten that. So I do understand him trying to just, probably for their sake, be like, all right, fine, fuck, what do you want? So I get it. We met at a public place, and I recorded the entire conversation, as you should. My state has a one-party consent recording policy. That's nice. It was 6 hours long. 6 hours? Damn. We were there really late. I still feel so mentally exhausted. I'll try to give you the highlights. Oh, there's bullet points. There's 9 bullet points, folks. We're going to get into that in 1 second. But recording the conversation was a good call. Because she's shown, obviously, she will fucking lie on your name like crazy. So recording that conversation is good because she probably said some crazy fuck shit. Probably did. And so she's going to try to walk back later. So you have that recording to be like, nope, you definitely said this shit. Keep the cops away from me or I'm going to show this to them, basically. I'm going to show them what kind of awful shit you are. All right. Let's go. Number 1 on the bullet point. Number 1. She said she would continue spamming my girlfriend and her mom, and she didn't care if it bothered them. That's unsurprising behavior from her, considering everything we've heard about this woman. Number 2, she said I told her I was suicidal and that I needed to start Prozac because of a time I had told her I missed my girlfriend and cried. Obviously not true. I did not tell her that. She wants you on Prozac to placate you, to bring you down. She wants you on Prozac to keep you medicated so you're not so much of a quote-unquote problem anymore. That's what it is. She's trying to fucking drug her kid into compliance. Insane. And the gaslighting, be like, you told me you were suicidal. The gaslighting's crazy. Because, he's like, what? I never said. Imagine trying to convince somebody they're suicidal. Imagine trying to convince your kid they're suicidal. Jesus. God. She kept trying to make me say that I had a good life with her and that she was a good mom to me. Empirical evidence would suggest otherwise, Diane. I don't know what her actual name is, but I'm going to go with Diane. Number 4, said my girlfriend was the problem and that I'm giving up everything for some girl. That sounds like the girlfriend has been nothing but loving and supportive this entire time. So, no, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. 5, continuously defended my dad whenever I brought up something he did. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what the enablers do. That's what the people who are with the abusers do. They make excuses and apologies for all of their horribly shitty behavior because if they admit for 1 second that the person they're with is a horrible, awful, shitty abuser, then now that makes them look horrible, awful, and shitty for being with them, right? So they cannot admit that the person they're with is an abuser because then that makes them look really bad for continuing to stay with them. So, of course, she's going to make excuses any chance she gets. 6, said she was going to call the cops on me for ignoring her. I don't know how to tell you this, but ignoring your mom isn't a crime. So, you know what I'm saying? Number 7, I told her I had finals this week and didn't want to move during finals. She said she didn't care if I failed. Oh, wow. Wow. So, her and your dad controlling you is more important to her than your education, your future. I wish I could say, well, that was surprising with everything we've read about this family so far. Number 8, said I was failing. Oh, she said you were failing. In parentheses, the person said, I have a 4.4 GPA? Honors, APs, straight A's. Jesus. Imagine having an above 4.0 grade point average because you're such a good goddamn student. You're so into the extracurriculars. Probably got into all the extracurricular stuff to stay away from home as long as possible growing up. I imagine that's probably what that is. You probably got into so many extra stuff to have a reason to stay away from home as much as possible, given this whole situation. So, 4.4, that is... Damn! Harvard's on the phone, kid! There is no way. Like, what are we talking about here? Get the Ivy League on the phone. 4.4? Jesus! Like, I was a smart kid, and I'm a smart guy. Like, I'm not gonna say I had good grades because I didn't really care about high school, to be honest with you. But, like, in college, I had straight A's. So, like, because I actually cared about that. But, like, 4.4 is crazy. Because, like, I've never been much for the extracurriculars myself. I'm like, I'm not spending any more time at school then I have to. Mind you, I love my mom and I had a good home life with her. So, I didn't want to stay away from home for any reason. So it was probably part of it. All right, number 9, final. Said when I move back in with her, I'm not allowed to see my girlfriend anymore. Oh, well, shit, let me get right on that. Yeah, let me just go ahead and hop, skip 2 back home then. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You're making me such a great offer. You're making me such a wonderful offer to come home. I get to come back to where my father abuses me and my mother does nothing but gaslight and lie to me. And I get to leave the wonderful girl who's been supporting me through all this nonsense and her amazing family. Wow, let me just get right on that. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go. We got 2 more paragraphs to go. Whew, I told you, it's been a long one, folks. It's been a long one, but we're almost there. So, yeah, I got on recording of her saying my dad kicked me out and how he pushed her trying to chase me. He got her admitting that her dad was abusive. Also that he's not a runaway, that the dad kicked him out. So she can't do the runaway thing anymore because now he's got proof that he was kicked out, didn't run away. So play that for the fucking cops. Recording kicked me out and he pushed her trying to, and that domestic, there you go. Yeah, tell him to call the cops. I'll play this recording for him, see how that goes for y'all. Maybe they'll come around to your house instead. I was able to get a lot of evidence. Good. She said that we were moving into a trailer in a few days and that she is signing the lease tomorrow. I don't think so. I guess she has a realtor friend that is able to expedite the moving, but she also said that for the last weekend. She's lying to you. She's trying to get you to come back. But there's no house, there's no trailer, there's no realtor friend. No. So, I don't know how true that is. I met with my lawyer earlier today, and he said he will begin filing the paperwork. I'm just having to get it all signed. While I was out meeting with my lawyer, my mom actually showed up at my girlfriend's house trying to find me. Jesus. They didn't talk to her or anything and just kept the doors locked. Good. I just feel so embarrassed by her. I'm sure, man. I'm sure that, that's gotta suck. Your girlfriend, her family have been so amazing and supportive through this whole thing, and now they're being harassed because of shit dealing with your family. I bet he probably feels bad about it. I'd feel bad if I was him, but, it's not your fault, bro. It's your fucking family. I called the police station as well, and they said if my mom does call and report me as a runaway, they legally have to take me back. But you have evidence that says that you were kicked out. You're not a runaway. What does that mean nothing? I literally have evidence of her admitting that you were kicked out. That you didn't run away. So just play them the fucking recording. What are we talking about here? They got taken back, so that sucks. I tried calling CPS, but the automated voice said I had called past their hours. Right now I'm kind of in limbo, just waiting to see if my mom gets a place and forces me to go there. I hope not. Some of my friends have also been saying if my mom gets a place, I should move in with her since she left my dad for me. She didn't leave your dad for you. She didn't leave your dad at all, I'm guessing. What's going to happen, even if she did get this fucking place, even if she did by some miracle this fucking place and whatever moves in, what's going to happen, right, is they're going to move in and then in a week's time, Pops is going to be up in there too. There's no way that she allows dude to stay away. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that she would actually leave this dude and then allow him to, and then just make him stay away from her kid. There's no fucking way. Absolutely no way. It's a trap. Don't believe it. I still don't forgive her for lying or siding with my dad, and you shouldn't. I feel like she's been complicit in everything. She has. But now I'm wondering if I'm just being childish about it. No, not at all. I know moving and leaving an abusive partner is hard. It is. But I also feel like our relationship has hit a point of no return. I mean, this has been a lot, man. So, the only way she tried to get me to come back is with threats or bribes. Yeah, that's not exactly... Yeah. I also feel so much doubt for trying to be emancipated because my situation isn't that bad compared to others. Don't do that. Don't do the trauma Olympics. Don't do the trauma comparing, Just because, yes, there are some people who have it, excuse me, quote-unquote, worse than you, doesn't mean that your situation is not shit, okay? Yeah, there are people who have it worse than you, I suppose, but like that doesn't make your that shouldn't lessen your situation, you know? I hate when people do that. Do the trauma comparing, the trauma Olympics thing, being like, well, I was hurt more. It's like, well, my dad punched me in the face. Yeah? Well, my dad used to come into my bedroom at night. Yeah? Well, my dad tried to set me on fire. And everybody's like just playing the trauma Olympics on who had it worse growing up. Listen, trauma's trauma. You don't have to compare for your trauma to matter, okay? Your trauma doesn't have to be bigger than everybody else's trauma for it to matter, okay? Your trauma can matter and somebody else's trauma can matter at the same time. It's possible, okay? Don't do the trauma Olympics. Hate that shit. Anyway, last little sentence here. Maybe the problem is really just my dad, not my mom. She is definitely also a problem. He is more of a problem, but she is definitely a problem. Am I the asshole for not wanting to move back in with her at all? Should I try to work things out? And how? I feel so conflicted. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was the end of the last update. I don't know if there's ever going to be more. This one was updated like an hour ago, so there might be more eventually, but I don't know. Maybe if I'll find it, I'll do another podcast update thing. I don't know. But like, Jesus, people. That was a lot, huh? That was a whole story, whole ordeal. Everything going through, like, I guess back to the crux of the point, is the kid an asshole? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't believe this whole thing started as an Am I the Asshole post. Obviously not. Your dad should be in jail, and your mom needs therapy, at the very least. Needs therapy and a fucking wake-up call. So, Jesus. I mean, if you're allowed to stay with your girlfriend and her parents, you know, if that's an option. If not, oh God, you know, it kind of sucks. Like, I guess just if your mom is serious about the trailer and everything, I guess try and move back in there. But like I said, that's a trap. That's definitely gonna be a trap. You know, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we finally got away from him. We can do our own thing, and then within a week's time, bro's gonna be right back in the situation. I guarantee it. And so, damn, this is a rough situation, man. I feel for this kid. I'm not going to jabber a whole lot here because I jabbered the whole time and we're over 40 minutes into this thing. And like, I had my little tangents or whatever. But the end here, oh, jeez, that was a lot. No, the kid's not an asshole. I want to meet that dad. In person. Teach him a little respect. And then mom needs therapy. Mom needs a wake-up call. Mom needs to do better. So let's get into the outro here, folks. Whew, marinate on that. Jesus. All right, everybody. Wow, huh? That was quite the Odyssey we went through with that kid. I said, this outro isn't going to be super long just because, you know, the whole thing was long, so I'm going to try and keep it kind of short. But thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. And we're going to get into the special message right now. And the special message is going to be kind of short, but basically just, I guess for this one, if you got a good family life, you got a good home family, good parents, good support system, tell them you love them, man. Just go to them right now. Tell them you love them. Tell them you appreciate them. Because we just heard a story about a kid who's got fucking nothing, man. Got nothing from his family but abuse and bullshit. And so if you got anybody in your family that loves and supports you and treats you good, mom, dad, siblings, whatever, just go to them right now. Tell them you love them. Tell them you appreciate them. Because not everybody has that. Not everybody has that in this life. And so if you do, that's a blessing. And don't take that for granted. I don't mean to say it's a blessing. I'm not religious, but like it is a blessing, I guess. Like I mean, like I know, like it's a blessing is always like a tied to God thing. I'm not religious, but hey, if the word fits, the word fits. You know what I'm saying? If you have family in your life that treats you like family, right? Like family's supposed to. I mean, honestly, it's supposed to be the norm, the boilerplate, but for a lot of people it isn't. So if you do have that, don't take that for granted and appreciate that for what it is and don't let that slip away from you, because a lot of people would kill to have any kind of support from the people who are supposed to love them. So just make sure you're appreciating what you have every day. And, man, keep on keeping on, y'all. If you got a bad film situation like the kid around here, I feel for you. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can find a way out. You can find a way to better your life and get away from those people. I'm pulling for you. I'm not going to say I'm praying for you, because I don't pray, but I'm pulling for you and wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully you get in a better situation. But that's it. That's the whole thing. Quick little thing at the end here. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you in the next one. Hopefully it won't be quite as beefy, but who knows? Man.